Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, doing another movie review. This one's going to be a little different. Today we are going to be talking about the kind of sequel to All Hallows Eve, which I got right here on DVD. All Hallows Eve, yeah, hard to see that, but, you know, you got Arts the Clown right there. Yeah, Arts the Clown was easily the best part of this entire movie, and they decided to make a solo movie for Arts the Clown called Terrifier. And I've seen this movie a couple times now, and each time I watch it, I actually like it a bit more. I actually seen it twice, and the second time was with my buddy Lane, and man, we just enjoyed the hell out of it. Not really many slashers today kind of capture that 80s feel of a slasher. Like, they're really not holding anything back. It feels like a legitimate rated R film, and we have not had a legitimate like rated R film go all the way in quite a while. Not many do that anymore. Normally it's PG-13. We get so many PG-13 horror movies, but none really have the actual cojones to go the extra mile and just go all out. So that's what I think I love about Terrifier, is that it's just so reminiscent of the times to where you just knew what you were kind of getting yourself into. And I miss those times. So when I saw Terrifier for the first time, I really was kind of shocked, and I didn't know how to react to it, because it's like, oh wow, that is very nostalgic for some reason. And it was nostalgic. Arts the Clown is a fucking awesome new horror icon. I think he's absolutely going to be the one to be talked about in recent years. This generation has their own horror icons, and Arts the Clown is definitely up there. You know, you got the new Pennywise, who's going to be up there. You know, Annabelle is up there. There's just so many cool horror icons kind of coming out, and Arts is absolutely terrifying. He was creepy as all hell in that original All Hallows Eve. Actually, he might even have some creepier moments in that movie than he does in the Terrifier. Though Terrifier, it's uncomfortably sickening, and it's uncomfortably disturbing what he does. I mean, that scene when, you know, he walks up the stairs with, like, the woman's chest on, and he's dressed like a woman, but his face is, like, still his. It's unsettling the way he moves, the way he smiles about things, the way he laughs about things. And yeah, they sort of, I mean, the acting here and there, I mean, it's not like phenomenal acting. It's kind of like what you'd see in a typical like earliest 80s slasher film. The acting is, you know, it's okay for what it is. I mean, they're not really there to act. They're really there just to get killed off for people's and their entertainment, really. And that's kind of what these two girls are in the movie. I'm not going to say they were perfect, but they were pretty decent for what they were going with. And the surprising thing about this movie is no one really makes it out, actually, at all. Like, there's maybe one person who makes it out, but, like, everybody else dies. Even the girl who you think was actually going to survive this little flick actually gets fucking killed in a pretty fucking brutal, kind of dark, hilarious way. I mean, it's just, there's just so much here to enjoy, I want to say. Like, there's a lot. If you're not a fan of clowns, don't watch this movie, because I'm gonna tell you what, you're gonna have nightmares. This is probably, he's even more scarier, I would say, than Pennywise from the new movies. And Pennywise is fucking terrifying, but this fucking guy just, I don't know, I just find it creepy when he doesn't talk or nothing, and he just smiles and he makes all those facial expressions. You know, there's something almost about that's almost scarier when you don't know what you're dealing with, because you don't know what you're dealing with the whole time. You know, some points he shows kind of signs of being a supernatural being, and some signs he shows he's just a guy, but you just don't know. He just could be acting through it all. He's there for almost like a show. He's just having fun with it all, and it's creepy and unsettling. And Pennywise, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Not saying he's scarier than like Tim Curry or Bill Skarsgård version of Pennywise. I'm not saying that, but to me, he might be a little bit more unsettling than those two. And that's maybe because they kind of told too much about Pennywise, and that's what, you know, it took me back a little bit when, you know, you find out he's just a giant spider, and it just kind of takes you out of it a little bit. But, you know, with Arts, it's just Arts the Clown. He's just him. So really, he's definitely an effective villain, and he certainly has his way, because at first you don't know what he's gonna do. And Arts, I don't think I've ever seen a movie be so violent. The way he kills people is just brutal. You know, it's so gritty. He just does it. I mean, there's that scene, the scene in this movie, I think that I'm gonna go ahead and say is actually the most iconic part of the movie, and the big money shot kind of kill is the girl when she's tied upside down, and he decides to take a saw and just decides to go down her legs, up towards her head, down the middle, and split her in half. And it's just, she's screaming the whole time. She's fucking crying. It's horrifying. The friend is watching from the distance. I mean, it's just sickening, and if you're a horror fan and you're a slasher fan, It's awesome because that's what you go and see, but yeah, he goes the extra mile and he's so fucking brutal, and it's absolutely one of those things where you're just like, wow, I am so fucking glad they did not hold anything back here, because if they did, it probably would not have been as memorable. And this movie is actually very memorable because it doesn't hold back. I mean, there's certainly elements of this movie that are kind of strange, like the homeless woman having the doll and everything, and then, you know, she has that little arc and everything of, you know, we got to tell the police and stuff, and it was interesting and all, but I didn't care about that. I just wanted to see Arts, you know, scare the fuck out of me, and he certainly does throughout the whole fucking movie. He's so unsettling, and, you know, it's a well-made movie. It's a very well-made movie. This isn't going to be a long review. I just kind of wanted to get my opinion about this movie out, because it's one of those movies I want to applaud. I just want more people to see, because it's just, you know, we all talk about, you know, the Conjuring movies, Annabelle movies, and stuff like that, but the Terrifier is kind of off on the side, you know. It's not really on the same level for people like Gerald's Game and other Stephen King adaptations that were made on Netflix and stuff. It's sort of on the side, and I wish more people, if you're an 80s horror slasher fan, to check this movie out, because I really think you're going to enjoy it. So, on a grading scale, what would I give Terrifier? I might be generous, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a B+, because I really think it's one of those movies that absolutely captures what was so special about that time in the 80s and the slasher genre. It's so much fun. It really is, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So guys, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on Terrifier? What do you think of Arts the Clown? Do you think he's the scariest clown we've had in recent years, or do you think he's, you know, below Pennywise or so-and-so? So guys, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Of course, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you out in the next video.